Hello and welcome back to Down the Track. Today we will be reviewing the game between Kolkata and Punjab. Of course, we have Musti and me here trying to dive deep into these analysis. Punjab, man, what is going on with them? 5 in a row now. They look like strong favorites now. Suddenly, they look like exactly like how their bowling is clicking, their batting is clicking. They look like Mumbai and Delhi in the beginning of the tournament. Delhi almost like the way they started off, their bowling, batting, everything was looking very, very good. Delhi, on the other hand, is starting to slowly. See some cracks in their batting, and this Punjab team is looking solid, like the likes of Gayle, Puran, KL. Mandeep Singh performed today. Their bowling, Bishnoi and Murugan Ashwin have been doing significantly well. Shami has been amazing. Arshdeep comes out of nowhere and gives you good overs. Maxwell has been bowling decently as a backup bowler. Man, this Punjab side is ready to go.
They're peaking at the perfect time. This is what you call peaking at the right time. I think
Absolutely.
that the only team who I've seen do this is Mumbai Indians previously, where they lose like 5 games and then come out with 5-6 on the trot. Now it's been, I
Yeah.
think, 5 on the trot, right? They
Yeah,
won
5 on the trot for them.
5 games on the trot, and the biggest thing they'll take out of this win is it was a convincing win. That means like it's a dangerous sign for other teams going into the playoffs.
Yeah.
I had Punjab in my top four before the season started. Of course, like my I'm like, oh damn, I got this wrong. But now it looks like yes, they're back in the top four, and I feel that this is the team to watch out for, because this kind of team who's unpredictable and can perform on their day. It's a dangerous team in T20s, and like you said, I think there's someone or the other contributing. Today, I felt that they started well with the ball, but KKR counter-attacked beautifully with
Yeah.
Morgan and
Gill.
what's his name,
Gill.
Shubman Gill.
Yeah.
But the thing was, they kept pegging away at the wickets. I think it was aggressive captaincy. The fact that they have two leg spinners, you already know that they're gonna be aggressive. If they get hit, they get hit. But
Yeah.
they went for runs. Maybe if it was another team, they could have restricted them a bit more. But on a Sharjah ground, that's the best way to restrict, to take wickets.
Yeah.
Um,
Absolutely.
if they had off spinners, maybe it could have gone to 180, 190 the score. But I think it was brilliant captaincy, brilliant bowling, and then the universe boss and Mandeep. Man, it's a very tough time for him. Like we mentioned in the previous podcast, it's a tough time for him losing his father. But the way, and today you saw in the beginning, it was tough. The pitch wasn't the easiest pitch to bat on, but
Correct.
he battled it out. And then when Gale came, it just they combined, and he took the
Yeah.
pressure off Mandeep, and they just killed it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, absolutely, like you said, very, very dominant performance. They'll take a lot of heart from this game. They'll take and KL mentioned it as well. He mentioned about Anil Kumble managing the team well, about how he's keeping the dressing room and everything. It's just so comforting to see a team that was completely down and out, and to an extent that we had almost written them off. Like we in the middle stage of the game, when they were 7 games down, they had just won one of their past 7 games. We kind of told that this team is over, but they never gave up. They were right there, and then they come out there and prove everybody wrong by winning 5 of the next 5 games. Like that's a record they should be proud of. Even if they don't win this season, even if they don't like make it the playoffs for whatever reason, I think that they should be proud of the way they came back into this tournament and gave everyone a little bit of a headache and a little bit of a worry. So hats off to them. Even from here, if they don't make the tournament, they should be very proud of their performance, of how they've come back when they were written off completely by everybody else. So hats off to them. Well done to them. The boss is the boss. I think, man, what an innings just to finish it off for them. It's just beautiful, and they
Yeah, he just
bowled
took
well,
the
they batted
pressure
well.
off Mandeep, and he
Yeah,
just like destroyed the bowling. It was just
absolutely.
really good batting. But just one thing I wanted to mention. Remember, we kept discussing about Rahul doesn't have somebody to lean back on. I think Gale is that guy,
Gale
and
is
he,
that
he
guy.
didn't play the first like
Yeah,
five six games.
yeah,
So maybe because I've noticed even in the last game against Sunrisers, he was there in the huddle with Rahul, and
yeah,
again today he was discussing. He's running between the wickets. He's energetic in the field now. So maybe I think dropping him for the first few games, it made Gale work harder.
yeah.
He didn't take his spot for granted anymore. So that worked as well in the favor. And I think his experience is helping Rahul a lot. Yes, Rahul has learned from his mistakes. But at the same time, I think we were talking about that experienced guy that Punjab don't have, that leader to look to. I think Gale is that leader. And they can, when you have that kind of guy in the dressing room and on the field particularly, I think it can do wonders for your team.
Absolutely, I think that's spot on over there. It's definitely helped since he's come on to the field. He looks animated as well. When he took that catch, he was so
Yeah,
excited. He jumped around. You usually don't see the
you
universe
don't
boss
see
do
that.
that,
Yeah.
but he was excited. He was animated as well. So good on him. Good on the team. Now they are surely favorites to take that fourth spot. And coming to their counterparts, KKR, man. I mean, what is going on with this team? It's just so difficult to kind of put pen to paper as to what is going wrong. Like when they win, like they won the last game, they looked so good, but when they lose, they look so ordinary. Like it's just so difficult to understand
There's
what is
no
going on.
consistency, man.
Yeah, of
I had
course.
Nitish Rana in my fantasy team. I think for the whole tournament, he didn't perform. I took him out, and he
Yeah,
scored 80, right? So I'm
yeah.
like, okay, now they're trying to get that consistency and everything. And then today again, there's no. He scored a duck, so there's no like consistency in their team. One day they're amazing, one day they're thing, and that's the thing. They have world class players, so they will win you games. But at the same time, if can't get the consistency from your local talent plus your foreigners, it's going to be difficult.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and look, Cummins took 3 wickets in the last game, and then today he got hit in the power play when he
Struggled.
needed to take wickets.
Yeah, yeah. So it's like I said, it's just very hard to kind of pinpoint as to where this team is going wrong. There's talent. There's immense amounts of talent in this team. There's a captain who's won the World Cup. There's a player. There are experienced players in Dinesh Karthik, Cummins, Lockie. These guys are all experienced players. The Indian contingent has Nitish Rana has been playing for them for some time. The likes of Sunil Narayan has been playing with them for the longest time, as far as I can remember. Is this I don't know? Is this one of those seasons that's not clicked for them? Usually, when you can get consistent, they just haven't been consistent,
Yeah,
and that's probably why they're going to miss out on that spot. I mean, 2 games left, they have to win at least one and hope for some other results to go in their favor, and becoming like that now. So
yeah.
it's going to be tricky. They're still not out of it. I think they still are in with a fair shout, but it's going to be difficult. I think
They
with the
had the
kind of
best
momentum.
chance though, man. They
Yeah,
had the best chance. They're making a meal out of it.
yeah,
But today, I don't really want to be that critical, but I think I might have to be. I think when Morgan was set like that, he was playing beautifully. He needs
yeah.
to go on like Stokes did yesterday.
Right.
And there's two leg spinners bowling. It favors the left-handed batsman on a small ground. So he hit it straight to the fielder. It was a good shot, but straight to the fielder. He should have been more careful. And I
Hmm.
felt that if he scored 80, 90, the game would have been in KKR's favor. So, like, if I want to be really critical, I think Morgan's wicket was the turning point.
Yeah, I think so too. I think that's that. I mean, history as a fielder on any other day that's going out of the park. Like in a
Yeah.
Sharjah small ground, it just went unfortunate to
Yeah,
when
they did a great job to counterattack because they were 10 for 2 and then like
yeah,
20 for
yeah,
3 or whatever.
yeah,
But when you're back in the game, then you need to stay in it.
yeah. I agree. I think that was where it turned around for them. But I mean, they tried and they scored 150 runs, which is in a Sharjah pitch usually a below par score. At least you need at least that 170, 180 to be competitive over there. So they were really never in it. And then Punjab, like I mean, they started off a little bit slowly, but then Mandeep kind of just took he hit Cummins for a 6 and a 4 of the third or fourth over that he bowled, third over that Cummins bowled, and then from there they never really looked back. KL got out, but man, Spurs comes in and just cleans it up nicely for them. So hats off to them. Player of the match for you?
Player of the match. Mandeep Singh, I'd give it to him because yeah, it was it was a tough time for him personally, and also the conditions weren't that easy, and he started really slow.
Yeah,
But then I think Gale took the pressure off him. Gale did get man of the match, but I'm
yeah,
just giving Mandeep Singh because I think everything he's going through, he
yeah,
deserves it. And very special mention to Ravi Bishnoi. Unlucky he didn't make it to the T20 squad,
yeah,
but like he's still very young. There's going to be plenty of chances. He's going to play for India for sure. He's
yeah,
gonna. So I think again, unbelievable spell. He bowled really well, picked up a couple of wickets, and his economy was 5. So
yeah.
unbelievable. This kid is like been the find of the tournament for me.
Yeah, I think so too, and I'm also actually very happy for Varun Chakravarti to get a chance in
Yeah,
that T20 side. He's one of the shining lights in what has been a very inconsistent KKR side. So hats off to him. I mean, good on him
yeah.
for making that side. I hope he can get some games and he can really prove his worth for this team because it's a good story, So it's nice to have these good stories make it big.
Definitely, and I
So
think Bishno is the perfect foil for Chahal. I think when like as he gets older, I think he's the perfect
yeah,
replacement because he's still
yeah,
very young. He's only like
yeah,
18, 19. So
19. Yep.
he will play for India for sure.
I agree. I think 100% he's going to play for India. It's just a matter of time.
Chakravarti
And
is more experienced and
yeah,
he's already has 2 IPLs under his belt. So yeah, of course,
yeah.
it's great news for him.
Yep. So I think that wraps up the game today. Moving on to the game tomorrow, Delhi Capitals versus Sunrisers Hyderabad. I mean, when they make us so disappointed with that performance, but when I see their team coming in, so that excitement starts to creep in again. It's still not completely over. Of course, it's a very very outside chance. It's probably like a 5% chance Sunrisers makes the playoffs. They have to depend on a lot of other things to go in their favor and stuff like that. But you never really know. Crazy things have happened. Crazier things have happened in the IPL. So
Yeah.
not
It
completely out.
Yeah, no, it just hurts when you look back at the last three, 4 games. They were in winning positions in every game. The last
Yeah.
game, I just don't know what happened. It's still beyond
Yep.
me. That was an easy win for considering the circumstances. So, they played amazing and terrible cricket. They played like some
Yeah.
really good cricket, but they played some terrible cricket, which has lost them games. Terrible.
Yeah.
So they've been hot and cold. But this is the time to back your team, when they're losing, right? Like, this is the time they need your support. So,
Exactly.
yeah. So I think I don't see them qualifying, but they'll have to come back strong and show why, they're a good team. They have some quality players, and they need those players to step up and finish the game for them.
Yeah, I guess it's that simple as that for them. If not, even if not qualifying, I think it's just a matter of playing for pride,
Yeah, I think
show,
that's it.
yeah, just
That's
maybe
it.
not finish last because you don't want to finish last. No one wants to really finish last, right? So maybe just at least get one or two
It's
games in under
it's
your belt.
coming though. It's coming.
It might just happen with the way they've
Yeah,
been this season. It just might happen,
yeah.
and they have three difficult games. Like, I mean, the hardest of the fixture list, because they have Bangalore, Punjab, Bangalore, Delhi tomorrow, and then Bangalore and Mumbai to finish it off, which
Yeah.
is the three top teams in the
Yeah, if they want
league.
to take
So
any confidence, when Delhi were at their peak, when they won 5 out of 6 games, that one game they lost was against Sunrisers.
yeah,
So I think if they want any confidence, they can take it from that. But apart from that, they just need their big players to step up, and they need to fit. They just, even if it's their big players don't step up, they just need to finish off the game. When you have 20 of 18, even a bowler can come and work the single. It's not a big deal. Like, in that
yeah.
sense, I know it's easier to say than do, but yeah, they just need to finish off games and be a bit more confident. But I think this Delhi side will be very difficult to beat because they are looking like they want to get the top two. They've
Yeah,
lost a game
yeah,
against KKR. They won't want to lose again. They want to,
yeah.
yes, they'll probably make the playoffs, but they really want that top two and show and get that confidence. And I think they'll play Rabada, Nokia. Everyone will play. So I think it's going to be a tough team to beat. Like, Delhi are probably favorites for this game.
I think so too. I think that Delhi are coming, especially because they're coming out of a loss, and a loss that they were looked very ordinary in. Like the KKR really outclassed them in that game. So there will be some really hard talking to by Ricky Ponting. He really, like, get under the skin and kind of just like make them go out there and perform as to the best of their abilities. So that's a difficult team to beat, if to kind of go up against for Sunrisers. But it is what it is. If you want to even have a remote chance, you need to beat the best. So if you can win the next three, and if a couple other results go in your favor, who knows?
Yeah, and the
Uh,
thing is, just one thing I wanted to say was,
yeah.
last time there was only Archer. This time you have two fast bowlers coming on both ends. So
Not
they
to
just
get
need to be
Rabada. True,
they
true,
just
true.
need to be a bit more careful, Sunrisers. But
And the guy of an Ashwin, and who's
yeah,
been good as well, except he had a
yeah.
poor last game. But apart from that, he's been good.
Yeah, but this Delhi team, I think, has it to bounce back. Like you said, Ponting will get his boys motivated. They'll want the
Yeah.
top two spot, and I think they do have that quality. So
Yep.
it's just a matter of getting that. Yeah,
I agree. So it's gonna be fun to see how it goes,
yeah.
how it pans out. But I think I'm gonna just back my boys. I'm gonna go for a Sunrisers win.
You're going
It's just
Sunrisers then.
like just see how that pans out. But it'll be
Yeah,
fun to see.
for me, I predict Sunrisers to win all the last 3 games as a
Yeah.
fan. But if I just look at it from the situation perspective, I think Delhi need the win more.
Yeah.
Sunrisers are almost out. I mean, like, Warner is a type of captain; he'll want to win every game, right?
Yep.
But I
Yep.
think just the Delhi unit, they are a strong unit, and they realize they've slacked a bit, and I think they'll need that hunger is there more because they're. I think more is at stake for them.
I think that's a fair point. But I just, as a fan, I'm just gonna go with my boys
Yeah,
to finish it
yeah.
off for us.
Fair enough.
But players to watch out in each game,
Yeah,
in each team.
for Sunrisers, David Warner, man, just now unleash. I saw some
Yeah,
good shots in the last
yeah,
game. So like just unleash. That reverse sweep only played if you're really confident. But yeah, I
yeah,
think he plays natural game. That's fine. If he got out like that, I don't have a problem. At least he's going for it, right?
yeah,
So that's actually not an issue. So I saw him getting into Nick. I just hope he just unleashes one. We want to see like a David Warner innings, you
yeah,
know.
yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah, and for Delhi, Rishabh Pant, I think he's due a big one. I think I said his name a few times this season, but
yeah,
yeah, I'm backing him. Especially, I don't think he made the T20 squad for India. I think Samson made it,
yeah,
and Rahul
yeah.
is probably the keeper. But
Yep.
I think he'll want to prove a point, and this is the time to do it. Like I think in this fag end of the IPL, if he can put in a string of performances, he'll knock on the doors for the next the series after this one.
Yep, I think so. I think it's going to be interesting to see. For me, I was going to say David
I know
Warner, but because
Ashwin.
no, 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 I'm not going to say Ashwin this time.
uh,
But for me, I think this time I want to see how Stoinis performs. I think he's quietened out a little bit after
mm,
after an explosive sort of start. So I'd like to see how he performs. And on Sunrisers, I want to see Holder. I want to see if he can really come through and come through as that all rounder that is needed. And
yeah.
honestly, like if Holder plays, I wouldn't be surprised if Holder is dropped and Nabi comes in, because he provides that all round capability as well. And with the
Yeah.
pitches kind of slowing down, I think that's a
Yeah,
good option
I
to
think I would
try.
like to see Nabi, but Holder has bowled brilliantly. Don't get
He's
me wrong.
bowled very well.
But I just think to get, because you don't have the Williamson in the middle order. So like my point is just the final. I know I've mentioned this 100 times, but this is where Bhuvi's miss is a big problem, because when
Yeah,
you have like
yeah,
a really good fast bowler, which Holder is, you
yeah,
can see like how much impact it can have in your team. They were saving runs in the death overs,
yep,
which they were leaking earlier. But
right,
the problem is you don't have a batsman in the middle, and that's where they got that's where the issue occurred in the last game. So if
yeah,
you have a Bhuvi, then you can play a Williamson or a Nabi, like
yeah,
whoever you want in the thing. So that's where I think that loss is a big loss. But yes, I think I would like to see Nabi play as well. But
yeah.
another take from Holder, he's been brilliant since he's come.
Absolutely, absolutely,
Apart from the
100%.
bat in the last game, but with the ball, he's been brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just a matter of whoever one of those two is going to definitely play. So I just want to see how they kind of perform in their all round capabilities,
Yeah.
because I think now that becomes very important. That's why I went with Stoinis and with either Holder or Nabi, depending on whoever plays.
Good
So I think
shout.
that wraps up the analysis, and looking forward to the game tomorrow. It's always nice to see the Orange Army perform, and we'll catch you right after that.
Yeah, for sure, man. Take care. Have a good
Take
night.
care. You
Thank
as
you.
well.
Thank you.